I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but we did a lot of growing on this channel when we started playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it became one of my favourite games. I've had nearly 300 hours put into that game, and I've adored it. And yesterday, I think it was, Nintendo Direct came out with 10 minutes of gameplay footage for Tears of the Kingdom. So I just thought I'd react with it, watch it with you guys, and let's have a little talk about it. Let's see what we think. Are we excited about it? Because I know I am. I can't wait. So here we go.
Hello everyone. I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. First, I have some news.
Give us the
Development
news.
on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete.
Yes!
Thank you very much for waiting.
So it's finished.
Many of you are looking forward to this game, and we've released a few trailers so far. Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show.
Oh yes, we're actually getting gameplay footage. Sweet. This is. I've stayed away from everything. I know so many YouTubers have been doing videos on this. Oh, I'm excited. Yes. I know nothing.
Show you what it's like.
Show me, show me.
Okay, let's begin. Here we are in the land of Hyrule. Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself.
There's a hell of a lot of changes. This is cool. And they're not going to be giving it all away, so this will be nice.
The vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. You'll notice some landmasses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands.
Ooh, Sky Islands. So how are you going to be able to get up to these?
How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up?
What are you going to show us?
If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it. We're almost at the spot where the object fell.
Okay.
Here it is.
So it seems.
Okay.
So it seems like, unless this is a new character and stuff like that, it seems by the looks of it, you're not carrying over any saved characters from the previous game, Breath of the Wild. So it does seem like you are starting out as the same protagonist with a new story, I guess. So it'll be interesting when that game comes out to see, I guess, where they're going to be going with this, how you start, you know, where does it join from the last game? You know, where does it join from the end of Breath of the Wild? So, yeah, hopefully there's either a bit of explanation for that in here, or they're going to be keeping that for later on. No, it's a sequel. It's a sequel, Sin.
Let's
Direct
use
sequel.
one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell... Look, it started rising.
Oh, shit!
This power is known as Recall, which rewinds an object's movement. Since I just used Recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands.
That's interesting.
Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them.
That's
there
very
are a few other
interesting.
Sky Islands floating here too. I made
What are
it.
these Sky Islands? What are these about?
There are lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods. Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures.
So like, I'm a bit confused because I don't understand. There's been no explanation of what the Sky Islands really are or why they're there. Are they land structures that were broken before, you know, after the whole stuff with Calamity Ganon? You know, like, what are the Sky Islands? Why are they there? What are the purposes to that? What do they serve as?
Some trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a bit. There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later.
Tree branch.
Let's continue.
Everybody knows a tree branch is more mighty than a sword.
Something's there. This is a brand new enemy called a construct.
Ooh,
We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up.
Liking the look of the new
branch
enemies.
Broke. Not good, not
They
good.
look very interesting.
Quick, get another branch and... we defeated it. Moving on. We've now explored more of this sky island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far.
I mean, that's true, but again, where's the Master Sword? Again, I know these are going to be things that we're going to have to work out when we get the game, and they're not going to be wanting to give too much away. But I'm not understanding like how they're going to explain away the Master Sword that you obtained, or the gear that you obtained. Why is all your gear not there? You know, so it's a bit of a strange one, but you know, let's keep going.
Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here, and do this, look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer.
Hang on, did you see that? He just stabbed the rock. The rock shrank, and I've got a hammer.
This is called fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects.
Right, so we're fusing
Let's take
stuff
on
now.
another construct with this fused weapon.
I wonder what the possibilities are with that. Now, what weapons are we going to be able to fuse together to create mega weapons? So there could be some endless possibilities here on making some insane weapons with massive damage output.
We're dealing with two of them at once. Oh, we beat one.
And does fusing something? Well, it does by the looks of it. Restore the health of the previous item, the previous weapon. Because that could be a nice little workaround if you've got an inventory with a few items which are going to break. You know, fusing them together with something else in order to renew. I can go with it.
The weapon's attack is definitely improved.
Pineapple, pen scenario. Okay. Pen, pineapple, apple,
The other branch
pen.
broke, but this weapon has much better durability. You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon with a much longer...
Oh dear. I mean, I love it. I love the simplest. Take this stick, attach it to a pitchfork, and you got a longer pitchfork. Duh. I love it. So this is the almighty weaponry I was just talking about. The almighty weapons.
Longer attack range. With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance. You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory. For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow. Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies.
Ooh.
Very useful.
I like you can do that.
In addition,
Really like that. That's a good fusion.
Let's see. Ah, there's a bird flying around.
That's a very good
If you're
fusion. I
out
really
hunting,
like that.
you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land. So, at times like these,
It's a rare leaf.
here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and... Look,
No way!
it homed in
Homing
on the target.
missiles! They created homing arrows on Zelda. This game just got crazy. Homing arrows. Keith's eyes make homing arrows when fused with arrows. Holy shit. That is cool.
Let's try this on another bird. I'll just fire in that general direction. It's very simple.
Wow.
Depending on what you stick together, the fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting. I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use. Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now.
Smoke bombs, homing arrows. Holy shit. What the hell? Zelda, what are you doing?
The enemies lost sight of Link's.
Zelda has aimbots.
So
that's basically what's happening. Link has got aimbots now. The game has aimbots.
Even if you struggle with combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods. In the previous game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things together. Let me demonstrate. Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers. We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here. So, we'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log. Let's do one more. We'll bring this over here and attach a third log.
Is fusing endless?
Raft. This is another new ability called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft. You can always attach things or detach them like this. Now, if we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat. We've made a simplified version of a boat.
Interesting.
However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to propel it forward. There's something here. Let's try hitting it. Oh, wind. It's blowing wind. Looks like we found a fan. Why don't we try attaching it?
So you've made a speedboat.
We'll attach another one.
What?
This should make the boat well balanced.
A double engine powered speedboat in Zelda.
Okay, they're attached.
This is a builder's dream.
All right, let's try moving the boat. Hey, it's moving. It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans. Since we added two fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time. All right, we reached the other side. In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine.
Wow.
Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own.
Ah, so there was a lot of people asking this about, you know, where you're going to get a car, where you're going to get the balloon from. So this is basically telling you, you know, a lot of the things that you're going to be doing now are going to be crafted. And there's a lot of things in the environment that you're going to have to keep an eye out for, I'm guessing, in order to solve puzzles and progress. So it's interesting where they've taken this game. And by the looks of it, I don't know, there might be a bit more coming up. I haven't seen any shrines. So that'll be interesting that they've taken out, you know, what have they filled that gap with? Where are the puzzles going to be? So this might be one of them things where you end up, I guess, crafting a vehicle to obtain some sort of puzzle key, maybe, to complete a puzzle? Who knows?
There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure. There are even more new abilities. Take this building over here. Okay, watch this.
What?
Look, I passed right through the ceiling.
Hey?
This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you. There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere.
So anywhere. I know he's just said, you know, like there will be a couple of things that you won't be able to do that on, but so that means I can go into any building. So let's say Zelda's castle and go from, I'm assuming, the basement upwards, going floor by ascending. Okay. Be interesting how that's implemented in the game. Is it going to be something that you're going to use a lot of, or is it just going to be one of the abilities that is there and you don't really touch? So it'd be interesting to see how that works out with the actual game itself.
For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here, come on, keep going. Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do, right? Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It seems to be holding a strange weapon. Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently.
Well, that was a
from the previous
protester
game.
then. He's protesting.
Ah, it blew me away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of...
Interesting. So it's not also going to be you who's going to be using fused weapons. Your enemies now can use fused weapons too. Interesting. I hope that means that some of the enemies are going to be a little bit more complex whilst fighting. Because I know that was one thing with Breath of the Wild that I know I had a personal issue with was, you know, once you got to a certain level, you had certain weapons, you knew the game and how to play it and the mechanics. Most of the enemies on that game became very repetitive. It became very easy to beat, you know. So if this adds that little bit of diversity to it and gives you that little bit more, I'm very much up for having that in the game.
Fan. Ah! I got pushed off! Oh well, let's just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky to the...
What is that? On the... What is that?
surface like this. It feels so good.
Hyrule
In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land.
so different.
You can also search for destinations that pique your
Hyrule
interest.
looks so different.
Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up, like this. Let's dive into this river.
Wait, wow.
And we're back on the surface. There are still...
What is that thing? Is that carrying a bokoblin? Is that like a flying thing carrying a bokoblin?
so many things I'd like to show you, but
Is it a
let's leave it
dragon?
at that for now. What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too. In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible. There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today, but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
Right, I've got to say, that was very interesting. I mean, there's a lot to be explained, and I'm guessing a lot of that is going to be down to the actual game itself when you play it. I'm guessing there's going to be you know, tutorials and stuff at the beginning. So it'll be interesting to get my hands on this and actually play the game itself. I am looking forward to it. The open world, it does seem to be like, you know, the original Breath of the Wild. There doesn't seem to be any jittery shit like with Scarlet and Violet, which, you know, really had me worried a little bit when Scarlet and Violet came out, with how much glitches were in that, you know, was really making me a little bit apprehensive about Tears of the Kingdom. So to see that it's a very smooth game, for one, is a bonus. I like the weapon fusion stuff that they were showing. I think that's really cool. The vehicle bit and making like the boat and cars and things is going to be interesting, and I'm guaranteeing you there's going to be a lot of fun gameplay to come out of just that aspect alone. It looks like there is a lot of thought going into this game. There are new enemies, which I'm so happy for. Fucking the same old bokoblins are all finally gone. So we'll see when it comes out what we'll be able to do. We'll see what puzzles are going to be there, because there was nothing about progression and nothing about the bubble, like puzzles or anything. It was all mainly about the new powers that you've got. So hopefully we'll be able to see a lot more of that. But I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing what the game is going to be like when it comes out itself. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I really do. Let me know what you thought.